Hi, in this demonstration we'll be showing how you can connect a bare metal server to Cisco ACI and OpenStack. For the demo environment, we have an ACI fabric with two hypervisors connected to two different leaves. We've also set up a number of neutron networks that we'll be using as part of this environment. The environment is running our ACI plugins, including our OpFlex agent, running on each host. And we also have a pre-configured bare metal server that we'll be attaching. So now let's look at the environment that we've set up. If we open network 100, we can see that we have a subnet created, 192.168.100. We also have inside the subnet an allocation pool that goes through the .150 address. This leaves the remaining part of the subnet available for additional allocations that could be outside, such as bare metal servers. We also have several instances created. If you look here, across two different compute nodes, we have two different instances, each within this 1.100 subnet. So now let's go over to APIC and see how to configure the bare metal server. First, we'll look inside the VMM domain. We can see each compute node, and we can see the VMs that we've started on each compute node as well, present here. We can open the Net 100 tab, and we can also see that, again, each of the VMs that we've started are showing up within APIC, within this VMM domain. Now let's look at the bare metal server. The bare metal server is also attached to the ACI fabric, but it doesn't yet have any connectivity. We'll be mapping it in across a VLAN that we're going to choose in a physical domain. Let's look at how that process works. The first thing we need to do is set up a VLAN interface on the bare metal server. For this interface, we've chosen VLAN 1050, and we've also chosen IP address 206 in the subnet of the neutron network. Note that this is outside the allocation range. As you can see, this server does not yet have any connectivity to the ACI fabric. That's what we need to configure. We'll begin by setting up fabric policies for the environment. The first step here is to create a VLAN pool. We'll create a new VLAN pool for the VLAN that we chose and configured in the server. In this case, we're going to provide a single VLAN, although we could be providing a range as well. We're using the VLAN 1050 that we configured on the subinterface. Next, we have to create a physical domain for this environment. We'll go ahead and name it VM Physical and choose the VLAN pool that we just created. We additionally need to select the attachable entity profile that we're using for the OpenStack environment. That's all that's required. Now we can go and map this into the tenant. Opening up the EPG that we created, we can actually associate the physical domain that we just set up containing the bare metal server. We also need to map the static path for the server directly into this EPG. Here we'll have to choose the attachment point where the physical server net is actually connected to the leaf, and note the encapsulation that we set up on it. That's all that's required. Our bare metal server is now on the neutron network, and will show that it can ping the gateway as well. It can also ping the other virtual machines in the environment. Hopefully this gives you an idea how easy it is to configure a bare metal server in neutron networks using Cisco ACI.